Juice Bar, back.
Let's go.
Knicks, 2 dubs, then take an L at home to the Clippers.
Yeah.
We're going to break that down. We're going to take a look at the Bucks game on Friday. We'll preview that. A few more games against non-playoff squads, and then a big-time business trip to play the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team we hope to look and emulate and play against in the playoffs.
They've dropped a few lately.
They have. March NBA is up and down, if we've learned anything over the years. But we were both in the building. Alex Monaco did the pregame shot with Bill Pito. Hit his same-game parlay, actually. Make sure you tap into these.
Hey,
the
just
MSG.
riding off your hot streak over there.
Hey, man, just make sure you tap into the MSG pregame show to catch us from time to time. But only the 3rd time this year the Knicks have been an underdog in their own building.
Yeah, great trend you gave out.
Major tell for me that the market and people don't think they're on that level of the Clippers. Last 10 games, by the way, Clippers, 4th in offense, 4th in defense. They look spooky to me.
Ben, we had Sean give him compliments to the Clippers. And I was like, oh, Juice Bar full 180 coming around.
It's true. It's true.
They play great ball. They're not missing PG-13 at all.
First time Kawhi Leonard has played 40 minutes in back-to-back games since 22-23.
He was in the Garden early getting up work.
3 straight games, 20 and 10 plus for Kawhi Leonard.
Give out that Zubac stat you gave out.
Zubac now has 49 double-doubles. He's only a game behind double-doubles as Karl Anthony Towns. 56 games out of 70 this year, he's had double-digit rebounds.
It's insane.
Ivica Zubac has been very, very good. They are coming into form right at the right time. As you said a bunch of times during the game we were watching, they don't miss Paul George at all. that team solidified. But to get to our guys, Tyler Kolek, happy birthday to TK.
Hey, let's go, Marquette.
He continues to distribute in a backup role with Deuce out, so it's Campaign and Tyler Kolek. Overall, it was a little reversed. Good start from the Knicks, bad close. They just got overwhelmed a bit, especially offensively. Norman Powell shot it really well. Yeah. James Harden had a stretch where he hit like 3 or 4 threes in like 4 possessions. He was really good. Monica McNutt actually mentioned this to me. 75% of James Harden's buckets this year unassisted. One-on-one, mano-a-mano, me versus you. And he got the best of OG Anunoby quite a bit last night, but he's been getting the best of everybody all year. He's been really good.
Man.
Talk to me about how you feel about the game, the recap. They end up losing by double digits. It got a little spooky there in the 3rd quarter, and they just couldn't catch up in the 4th.
Yeah, before we dive in, quick nod to you. 3 for 3 as we did last week on the Juice Bar for top scores. If you were squad riding with Mr. Sean Little at Chicago Flow, forget about it. Had Towns, had OG, had Cat, top scorer versus the Wiz, the Mavs, and the Clips. So take a bow, my friend, digitally. Well done. But we watched it. I spoke to you about it. Kind of capped it a little in the pregame with Bill. It's a brutal situational spot for the Knicks against the Clippers, who you only see twice a year. Thank you for the silver scheduling, but 2 games against the Clippers, both on a second half of a back-to-back. You don't even get a real look when you have a banged-up no Brunson club against the Clips. And the thing I walked in with you and observed, which is just really March basketball. Knicks are on a back-to-back. Scheduling spot advantage for the Clips. What did we see the night before? Mavs coming in off a Burrow back-to-back from Brooklyn to the Garden. And it's a gridlocked half. And then legs and, obviously they tire out. And that's what happens. That's exactly what happened in the second half of this game. And the Clippers kind of stole the game in the 3rd quarter. But you got to like the effort that the Knicks came out with. They came out with a lot of zest. They won the 1st quarter.
Yeah. Which is something they haven't been doing all year. Yeah, right. It's a really tough scheduling spot. There's certain built-in scheduling losses in the NBA. You never want to just punt a game, but that was a really difficult spot. The Clippers got 2 full days off.
Off a loss, too.
Off of a tough loss against OKC, but they get 2 full nights off. Then they come on the road. Meanwhile, Knicks, even though they had only played 2 and 5, that was going to be their 3rd and 6 days. It was still a back-to-back, and it's just not a spot that they've had success in all year. And then you remove the captain. I mean, look, bro, when we talk about fast break points, 14-2 to the Clippers.
It's a back-to-back.
There's no point guard to get out and push and create and be a threat offensively.
Yeah.
Not that Brunson runs the break that much, but he's just so potent offensively. He attracts a lot of attention.
For sure.
There's no guy out there like that. Then it's been a problem all year. When you give up 53% from deep, you're never going to win. If you lose the free throw battle, they got to the free throw line more, got easier buckets in the fast break, and they allowed 53% from three, you're never, ever, ever going to win the game. Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of going back past just the Clippers, on the positive side with the Mavericks when they came in rested, we did see, and shout out our graphics guys, Skylar and Serge, 2 triple-doubles. We've never seen that in the history of New York Knicks basketball, as well as shout out Josh Hart. Passes Clyde, who was very gracious on the mic, for all-time Knicks triple-doubles in a season. That was an unbelievable outing, though. And we're starting to see this team, I don't want to say get a rhythm without Brunson, but they're starting to have a little bit of an identity. I mean, what say you? It seems like stylistically, with there being no Brunson in the starting lineup, I mean, you made the observation in the Clippers game, just bouncing around. Bridges had, 4 dimes in the first quarter? A lot of guys spreading the rock.
Yeah, no doubt. And then you got to tip your cap to OG Anunoby, what he's done the last 10, 12 games offensively. He's just taking it to another level.
Yeah.
He's going to be pushing like 22, 23 points a game at the end of this month.
Can he work his way into the conversation as one of the best threes in this playoff tournament? I was kind of thinking
small
about
forward,
that.
like the wings.
Just
you're
third
saying?
best player on a team.
Third best player on a team.
You know, they're doing that Reeves convo on national TV.
Yeah, there's always the conversation about what type of player do you need to be the third guy to win a championship. I think OG is like your perfect mold.
I think so.
You know
yeah, in the month of March, averaging 22 points a game, 40% from three also.
Yeah,
Incredible.
no, he's been offensively, he has been really good. And one of the things that jumped off to me was he's getting to the free throw line in March. Almost, it's like 4.5. It's not pushing 5 quite, but if you look at the prior months, it's almost double the production. So he's been aggressive. If there's been a guy that stepped up and has been consistent, because I think that's the issue sometimes that people have with Bridges is that it's just kind of spotty. OG has been consistent throughout offensively and kind of picked up some of the slack, but no real bench points coming from the Knicks when you just don't have too many guys coming off. So just got to get healthy and get everybody back, including the best player, offensive player on the team.
Yeah, looking at the schedule here, a little bit of a different Friday night Knicks stance with the Damian Lillard news.
Yeah.
Any thoughts here? I mean, non-playoff teams after the Bucks and a banged-up Bucks club next 3.
Yeah. I mean,
there's 3-0?
Hopefully. Optimistic, you know. But the Bucks situation is interesting because they're going to need some time to figure out how they want to approach ball without Dame. With Dame on the floor, they're the number 1 points allowed squad to point guards in the NBA.
Liability.
Point guards just fry them offensively when Dame's on the floor. So that's in the playoffs going to be Brunson, Darius Garland. It's going to be Cade Cunningham. It's going to be
Dwight Holiday.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a lot of guys that could hoop. So they're going to have a little grace period trying to figure out how they want to attack games, if it's going to be defensively. Because as we talk about, Giannis, you could pencil him in for the 30, 12, and 6.
Yeah.
But what are they going to do elsewhere? So we'll see about that.
Knicks, though, have picked off, 34-9 against teams below 500, 15-17 against losing teams. Only losses were the Spurs and the Hornets, and those were situational.
As we've talked about on this pod a bunch, the only games I'm really interested in are teams that the Knicks could potentially play in the playoffs and how they match up and play against them. The Bucks are one of those teams. They could very easily be a 3-6 first round of the playoffs. So I'm interested on how they're going to attack them.
Bucks on national TV against the Nuggets, first look, no Dame. That was a double-digit spread. We were breaking it down inside the lines, and they were in it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Denver also doesn't play any defense.
That's true.
That's why I'm not worried about Denver. That's why when we talk about the West and we talk about the Thunder, it's like you can keep telling me to worry about Denver, and every night I watch them, they don't scare me at all.
Yeah.
The Lakers scare me a little more. But, like, Steph's been in and out with injury. That's still a new team with the Lakers. It's still a new team with Golden State. this Thunder team has been playing together, for 2 full years and haven't blinked all year long. So that's one to get off on my Thunder tangent.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm interested to see how they match up against the Bucks. I think without Dame, they have enough pieces to match up defensively. I would love to see Mitch bang around with Giannis because that's what's going to have to happen. Give Cat the break defensively and let Mitch deal with Giannis, and then how they approach the rest of the squad, slowing down Kuzma, Gary Trent, Lopez defensively. He's been really, really good. He's another big body. So those are the games that really get me excited. Honestly, the Clippers, if the Knicks are a bad matchup for the Clippers, who cares, honestly? Because
finals.
Right? But who cares about that? The Knicks don't match up against the Clippers. Fine. How are they going to look against the Bucks is more of my concern.
Well, we got a business trip to Cleveland, one left. Yeah. They still got the C's on the schedule at home. They got the Cavs first, though. Anything on that headed to Cleveland? I see in our notes, shout out Joakim Noah, your boy.
Yeah, my dog.
Any statement win there? Anything you're looking? You speak on matchups quite a bit. Anything there in that Cleveland dance?
It's a bad matchup for us.
You know what I would like to see? I'd like to see a physical statement. You're rocking a 1988 NBA Finals lid. Give me an 88, 93. I want to see an elbow. I want to see something I want to see somebody run through somebody in the nicest way where nobody gets hurt possible. Since it's 2025.
You're talking about from the Knicks side.
I'd like to see a Mitch Rob and OG. OG gets, bloody nose end of the night against Dallas. It's a meme. Knicks Nation we need a little run through. Mobley is, to me, somebody you can run right through. Jared Allen's someone I think you can run right through. I look at Cleveland, I'm like, all right, they're deeper, but we still, a couple years ago, saw them bully these boys, and it's still the same two bigs. So, yes, they're deeper, but I want to see a little New York bully ball in that game.
Maybe some of that from Cat, or
some of that from Cat,
or a PJ Tucker type coming in for that.
That would sub in PJ to just get a red card.
I've said this before. I've given up on asking guys to do things that they don't do. Cat is not really going to bang around with people and get super physical to prove a point. He's never done that in his entire life.
But can he
So I'm not
Mobley
expecting him to show up against the Cavs and all of a sudden start doing things that are out of his character, right? But I think that is a little bit of what the squad needs, a little bit of edge.
We need one guy
that could bring maybe some physicality, and
those are
needed. Maybe just have a little mental edge. But yeah, that would be interesting. I don't foresee it happening, but I'm concerned about the Bucks matchup. I want to see how they show up in that game, and they've been hearing nothing but you can't keep up with Cleveland, you can't keep up with Boston.
Yeah.
No one's really worried about you guys. Good season, back-to-back 50-win seasons. You guys clinched the playoff berth, sure, but you're not really a threat to make a real run.
Well, last time we went to Cleveland, we were on an overtime back-to-back against your Bulls, plus travel with no heart, and that's not in national media. It's not discussed. It's just we're 0-7 against the Thunder season Cavs. It's like we had the Cavs and the Celtics back-to-back last month. The Thunder game, which was our road game at a weird time, too. None of these have been nice scheduling spots outside of the beginning of the year.
No, for sure. And that's
like this Knicks schedule, this West Coast road trip, come back for a cup of coffee, go back down to 305, come back for a back-to-back. I mean, like you said, built-in losses off of just scheduling.
Built-in tough losses for sure. But, hey, man, whatever we got to do to get Brunson back and healthy, and I would like to see the physicality thing.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not mad at that. I think
that the Garden, I speak on it all the time. You're with me on it. We're in the Garden. When somebody does a try-hard play, grabs a board they shouldn't.
It's so true.
It gets everybody going.
And even
in 2 seconds.
And
it's
even
like
just
hockey.
yelling into the crowd or flexing or something.
Campaign does it
you
well.
You know whose job that is? Probably Josh Hart.
Probably.
Like another Mr.
Probably.
Intangible, bring that edge. No, and we're not talking about dirty plays or none of that, but maybe a couple extra yells. Maybe a couple extra claps in
Come
people's
on.
faces.
But
or
also
something.
do it to the rafters.
Sure.
We're up there.
Sure.
We're watching.
Sure. No
But yeah.
doubt about it.
Fresh juice from the garden.
Couple games coming up. The Knicks will have to potentially see in the playoffs, so you want to see them look sharper in the regular season. Happy birthday, Tyler Kolek. Keep dishing, baby.
Let's go.
Appreciate you guys watching the Juice Bar weekly. In the description below, go lock in, subscribe. Anywhere you find your audio podcast, the Juice Bar will be on there. iTunes, Spotify, across the board. Lock in. Tell a homie to tell a friend. The Juice Bar is live everywhere.